What is going on, guys? And I made a no kind of mistake. Well, not mistake, it wasn't my fault. Basically, there was some big news that came out for Destiny in the weekly update. I usually cover it just because it's some badass news that I'm extremely excited for, and this week was no exception. But as many of you know on my channel, I had family over all this weekend, and I'm not in my normal setup, hence why the face cam shit may be terrible, and lighting might be the worst thing you've ever seen. Bah. Anyways, nevertheless, we're still going to talk about this. So this week in the weekly update for Destiny, what they talked about is the Dreadnought. Really hyping it up. Honestly, I'm not sure if that was the best call because of the fact that it's, right now in my mind, I'm expecting like a lot. Which I'm not sure if it's going to go as far as it should. Like, I don't know. Basically what they were talking about is they were talking about how the Dreadnought, this ship that Oryx, which is our villain who we're gonna go kill in the raid, he has this massive ship where the raid is going to take place, but also the Dreadnought is going to be kind of our hub for the Taken King. And by hub, I don't mean like a new tower. I mean it's going to be like a patrol mission where we can actually jump into this ship, and as we start to explore this in patrol mode, I would imagine we can actually find like almost like raid chests. At least that's what I think when they talk about. Basically, they talk about how there's going to be it's no longer going to be easy mode. This patrol is for the next level shit kind of thing. Like, it's going to be tons of enemies that are right around your level, not under leveled, and they're going to be having, like, again, we've already seen the enemy types. We've seen enemies that can practically throw a Nova bomb. We've seen enemies that can light the floor on fire. All that shit. It's just horrifying. So these enemies are going to be brutal, but with all that terrible shit, try and rip your throat out, there is also going to be treasure at the end of it, as is the system of Destiny. Kill a bunch of pissed off things and you'll get a treasure at the end. But this treasure is going to be hidden, which I'm in my house alone, so I gotta look around because I don't like being like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're in your house alone, shit could, you know, it could be a robber in there. Robber could bust through the window, slit my goddamn throat when I'm making a video, be like, hey guys, be fucking terrible. Anyways, so sorry. But anyways, one of the things I'm kind of curious is how that's going to work. So essentially, like I said, you're gonna be exploring the Dreadnought, and there's going to be certain things that you're going to need to do, or places you're gonna need to find, or jumps that you're gonna need to make in order to make it to these places that have this loot. Now they're also making it sound like there's going to be these hidden places, but they're gonna have their own mini boss, almost like a raid boss, not like a raid, almost like a strike boss, where you're gonna have to, you know, kind of inch your way towards this, and when you get to that said point, there's going to be an encounter that is going to have you kill that said thing or complete that objective. It could be like a jumping challenge, and at the end of that jumping challenge, there's going to be, I would assume, a chest, because otherwise, I don't know how you'd acquire your loot. Maybe it's an orb. No, it's a chest. You open the chest and get your loot. Now I really hope, if this is the case, it is centered to the loot in the Dreadnought, the new loot, the Amalon loot, the, you know, maybe it's crazy design loot, like, and maybe it's like a crazy, you know, this is the Hive, right? So it'd be like an assault rifle that just has like this darkness coming off it. That would be cool, because that would make sense, because it's literally treasure that's been in the ship, and then again, treasure in the ship could be anything, but I think it'd be cool. And again, like I said, they hyped it up a lot. They basically said that there's going to be encounters, like, you know how public events, there's going to be new, harder versions of those, which on Venus, some of those are pretty fucking hard to do by yourself, so it's going to be probably something where if you don't see anyone near it, probably should hold off a little bit, because, again, if they're going to increase the difficulty and make it our level, like I'd imagine the patrol is going to be like a level 34, or the max level, I would assume, or at least close to that, like almost like maybe 3 levels under that. Because I'm imagining when it comes out, we're going to have to get levels again. Because no one really knows how, like, the leveling is going to work. Are we going to keep our level 34 stat, or is it going to be jumped up to 50? No one knows. Is it going to be 576 or whatever someone saw in a gameplay? But yeah, essentially there's going to be more hard, intensive public events, and also just random encounters that are going to happen in the world. Now, I'm not sure if that meant random encounters in the world as in, like, again, you go through this secret, like, you know, dark cave, or you take a leap of faith into a hole, and then you end up in kind of this, like, tiny boss battle, or this jumping challenge. I'm not sure if that's what it meant by encounters, or if it literally just means when you're walking, it's going to say, you know how, like, when you're running around in patrol, and it says the wolves are prowling, and then the wolves come out. I imagine it'd be more like that. And then its own condensed thing is where, like, you would jump down a hole and, you know, you'd fight a boss. This is gonna drive me crazy because I'm not very good at finding things. Like, I'm not very good at, like, encrypting things in my mind. It's just not, I'm not great at it. So I typically wait for the internet to find out, but it's one of those things where it's like, I just want, Like, it's a big thing with me where it's like, if I don't get my Nightfalls done in a week, I hate it. Because it's just, to me, it's like, there's the possibility that one of those Nightfalls could give me a Galahorn, or better yet, the Nothing Manacles. Like, that's some shit that I'm like, God. Yeah, those are going to be all the things that are going to be coming in the Dreadnought. They're going to have its own patrol. It's going to be high level. It's going to be carnage, but also loot. So it's kind of a healthy trait. Also, I'm probably showing you guys just these badass images that they showed of the Dreadnought, and then the concept art of the Dreadnought, and then the actual representation of that in the game. Man, also they did this week in the weekly update, they did like a artist showcase, like all the people that have made stuff for Destiny. My microphone keeps getting away from me. They made this thing where all the people that make art for Destiny help design it, they showed all their art, and it looks through the roof beautiful, like just crazy amazing. But we have one more thing to talk about, which is this motherfucker, which is called the Darkblade. Hopefully I made my boys deep for that one, because this motherfucker looks mean as shit. But the one thing I want to talk about, and the one thing I'm absolutely excited for, is that we're no longer gonna, well, from what I see, we're no longer gonna have a stationary boss that is relatively stationary. So now, the only other boss that is kind of not like that is the Archon Priest, and maybe the Ogre, but even then, the Ogre, you can kind of get behind like a rock, and he won't go so far, you know, stay in his little kind of zone of influence. Which I kind of didn't really like. Not to say that it's not fun, but it'd be really cool to think on the spot and think, oh shit, he's coming towards me. I need to book it across to the other side of the map. That, to me, would be a lot more, like, heart-thrilling, pounding, that kind of thing. And this motherfucker doesn't look big. Well, it looks big, but he looks like he's fast. Like, he looks like he has his axe, and he's gonna come for your ass super fast. He's gonna be running right at you, ready to stab you in your face, or smash your face in, because it's an axe. But yeah, that just looks crazy to me, and the fact that I'm just really excited to face this guy. Now, another thing, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to pick up the axe, because although it would be cool, if they kind of do that, well, maybe. I don't know, because I think it'd be cool as if it, like, a heavy attack, you do a heavy attack and you'd smash into the ground, and it would do like a traveling of like a light, like a, kind of like a Titan's grenade where you throw it and then it like splits off into like a tether. That would be pretty cool. Also, I want to see so much more of the Night Stalker. Like, that is my thing so badly. I just want to see his potential in PvE, which I think is going to be absurd. And I want to see a person that does it right. Because so far I've only seen a person, like, whenever they're showing, like, your abilities are your abilities. You're going to want to use them as much as you possibly can. Like, you should never have, you should never be holding your ability super, like, no, I'm not going to use it yet. That's just dumb. Unless you've done a strike and you know there's like a batch of enemies, in that case, save your Nova Bomb or something. But for the most part, every gameplay that I've seen of the new character classes have been these people who are like, they throw one grenade and they stop. And I could see they have another grenade and I'm like, just throw your grenade. Nope. Or they have like another melee that disorients enemies and they don't do anything about it. It's like, just throw it. I can't see its potential. I can only make it up in my head. And I'm getting to the point where I keep making up builds and I keep thinking about weapons. And they end up never being as crazy as I think they are, because something just not there. But I'm really hoping the Night Stalker is as insane as I really hope it is. So, to recap what happened on the weekly update, it was all about the Dreadnought. Dreadnought is going to be a fierce zone. It's going to have patrols. Those patrols are no longer going to be easy mode. They're going to be scaled to our level. And we're going to be fighting the new enemy types, which are, again, enemies that can Nova Bomb, pretty much. Enemies that can tether, I'm pretty sure. All these enemies that basically have their really slight variations of our supers, which is insane. And I imagine, again, they're going to be our level, so that's also horrifying. But there's also going to be more public events, different public events, of course, because it's a new DLC. And this is the biggest expansion to Destiny that we're going to have, because I believe Destiny 2 is going to be the next thing that's going to come out. We might get like shaders and clothing to hold us over until then, which I'm pretty fine to. I'm okay with. And then we got word of a new strike that is going to have this motherfucker here. It's, what is it, Dark Sword or Dark, whatever. This crazy ass Viking motherfucker who's got like this massive axe. It looks like he's been working out way too much. And also he kind of hints at the fact that it looks like he's a very mobile boss, which we've never really had before. Besides the Archon, whatever it's called, the Archon guy. He's super big, so it's kind of hard for him to get to that place, and we're also fighting that character in kind of a really weird zone for him to even get to. So I would imagine this fight is going to be very big. It's going to be like a big arena where we're going to have to fight this thing, and I'm all for it. That sounds amazing, to be in like arena mode. You kill a bunch of enemies, he drops down, you fight him, you take off a chunk of his health. he drops down again, like classic boss style. I would just love that. Just something to throw back to like the classic architecture of the bosses we used to fight in like old games and shit. Anyways, that's gonna go ahead and wrap this up, guys. I'm sorry for the shitty face cam, you know, weird. I'm pretty sure this is gonna get fucked up. And, you know, the microphone kind of getting away from me. And also the microphone being right here. This is what my microphone looks like, by the way. Bam. And yeah. So, hopefully, I'll be okay for next week. This is probably gonna be the same thing you guys are gonna see in the next weekly update. Because I'm here for 10 days. I gotta stay upstairs for 10 days. I made another video about that if you guys want to go check it out. And if you're that interested in my predicament, in which I have to look after dogs and stay upstairs where it's hot. And yeah. But anyways, guys, nevertheless, guys, thank you guys so much for watching as always. And I so very, very, very much apologize for not getting this to you sooner. I realize a lot of this is just kind of same thing you've already heard. That's why I also want to talk about my fucking microphone keeps getting away from me. That's why I also wanted to talk about the fact that I think that boss might be something that's, again, not a boss we've seen before, which is really cool. And yeah, super jazzed, super excited. Cannot wait to play it. Whoa, I'm a child. Anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching as always, and later, guys. Not sure if I should put that voice crack in there. That's semi-embarrassing. Goddamn 18-year-old fucking. Oh god. I always do my friend's shit with that too. It's like, voice crack, and they're like, I hate your face. And I'm like, okay. Hey guys, one quick thing I just gotta tell you guys. I know that this we already established this news is really old. It's the old weekly update, but there will be a new kind of rundown of all the new stuff that has been released at Gamescom, which is so much information that just makes you. It's a good time to be a Destiny fan, to say the least. But yeah, also that video that I was talking about me telling you. What's going on with me moving upstairs and all that kind of stuff for just like 10 days. That's coming up after this, maybe, depending on how videos work out. I'm upstairs and it's kind of awkward, so it's hard to edit, but I'm doing it. Anyways, guys, love your faces, and later.